It's okay if we snack on here.
Shit, it ain't no funny.
It ain't no funny.
If the homie can't crunch.
Well, look, dig in.
I said, have some more, please. He said, no.
More?
He said, get your own cheese.
You ever heard of nacho cheese?
I said, ever heard of knock your ass?
Knock your cheese.
Knock your cheese.
I'm a Colby
I'm
yo
gonna
Jack.
rob your cheese. Colby Jack. Colby gonna get jacked. Oh, he said, oh, Colby jacked.
Here come this nigga. We starting off hot. We
Hot
starting
as
off
hell.
Oh my god. Slow it down. Slow it the fuck down. That is some funny ass
Nah,
shit.
but niggas be hungry, man. You can't help when it hits you.
I ain't go good.
Can't help when it hits you.
I had breakfast and lunch and that was it. It's been hours.
Shit, I had breakfast. Lunch. This nigga, if I had 2 hands, bitch, he gave me enough for a pinky finger. I said, get the point.
Hey, look at this. Not a whole lot in here.
Like, man, they're the originals anyway.
What's up?
What we up to? How you feeling?
Man, I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, just been one of those kind of weeks.
One of those weeks. What you talking about? As far as yeah. Let me.
Like, nothing crazy, but, mentally. Like, one of those weeks where you kind of have to just not allow yourself to fall into, like, any, like, negative thoughts.
I feel that.
Where you have to, like, make a concentrated effort to stay focused. You know?
What's been pivoting your focus?
Let me not take the mic. Pretty much any and everything. Like, I had to take like a short little mini break off of social media for a little bit.
Okay. How long was the mini break?
A few days.
Some would say that's not long enough.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, I found myself just like getting a little too consumed.
Yeah.
And I started to give a fuck about shit I shouldn't give a fuck about.
Dog, I only spent I pulled up on my browser every now and then, and I'll spend like a few seconds up there. It's the same bitches, but they look better every time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's almost a never-ending cycle. Like you go back and it's the same, it's new same shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, cool.
And it's crazy because I remember for a while I was fine with social media.
Right.
I didn't find myself
affected as much.
Yeah, I didn't have these woes like I do now. Lately, I feel like because I have such an urge to want to do more as far as like fun things. The one thing I'm experiencing a whole lot more now is like FOMO. Like I'm experiencing a
Fear
whole
of missing out.
Yeah, like a lot of that. Like just like not going out enough and knowing I have to work and
same.
So much, and it's just like damn, yo. And I see everybody just like going out and doing shit. I'm just like, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, I had to just kind of like take a break from that a little bit and just allow myself to reel it in, and know like, I shouldn't have to worry so much about like instant gratification. You know what I mean? Or just wanting to do something because other people are doing it. Even though personally, I do want to go out more and have more fun because I know I have the ability to, but my circumstances aren't allowing me to.
It's funny. Well, you opened it up with the circumstances thing because it's like I'm reading your next 15 moves. Matter of fact, I'm listening to an audio book of it because which you should try the Audible free trial.
I had Audible for a little bit.
Oh damn! So it's over for that free trial.
Yeah, that shit was over like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I forgot. You will take up free trials.
Oh, for
like,
sure. For sure.
Me, I'll look at a free trial and be like, y'all gonna charge me first. Like, but motherfucking either way, I'm checking this out. And one of the things he was touching on was just like that examination of the self. And really knowing what your world like is for yourself. If only I brought my laptop, it was clear in my notes.
Yeah.
However, like breaking it down to a more concise point, he was just saying like knowing exactly what you want for yourself and who you are and where and what lifestyle your like the actions that you're putting in, the energy that you surround yourself with, and something else. But just basically like what are you doing that are you walking in who you want to be, or are you like trying to be, you know what I'm saying, something else? And that's what I was reminded of when you was talking about that fear of missing out. Cause like there was an occasion, I don't know when it wasn't too long ago, but you and I, we was here, right? Bad bitches sitting outside and shit. And I you know what I'm saying, like on any random occasion, bad bitches pop up. We look attractive now. It's about that time. Like, I mean, we could actually get things done.
Making a move.
Yeah, and it's just like, however, for myself, I had to make a decision of, I know what I've been talking. I know what I've been saying, and I know how I've been living. And so to see that temptation and just be like, nah, I know for sure by this point that that's just, it's not for me right now. Yeah. Like it's not the move. And I was proud of not entertaining that, because later in my research they were saying something about when you know you're in a good space when you could see something somebody else has and say, nah, I don't even want that. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree with you, because I know that feeling, and I think I was kind of on that for a little while.
Yeah.
But because like my interest started to become haphazardly what other people were interested in too.
True.
Because for a while now, you know me, I wasn't always interested in going out so much.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? I was always content just like chilling, hanging out, kicking it with you,
right.
Like whatever the case may
you
be.
Expand those horizons.
Yeah,
man.
like, and hence the trip to Atlanta, hence trying to fucking go to like concerts or like just whatever the case may be.
Right.
Knowing I have this freedom now as a man, like I just wanted to do more. And so everything in my head that I was starting to like to tell myself I wanted to do, I'm seeing it now all through my timeline.
Right.
Clubs, traveling, parties, festivals, and shit. I'm just
it's like the law of attraction and shit,
yeah.
But it's attracting all the shit that you want.
And I'm like, fuck, man, like, damn. And then next thing you know, I got like, back to work, 15 minutes over. I take my ass right back up. Like,
it's a pain in the ass, especially when everybody's posting a slideshow that makes their lives seem so much greater than yours.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one thing that was said in this Your Next 15 Moves audiobook that was hard hitting for me. It was that when you feel envy settling in, that means you got to re-examine your life goals and what you want for yourself. Because, like, for example, like, I find myself in a space where I could be happier now for anybody's accomplishments around me, including yours, my sisters, or anything. Whereas I could vividly see times in my life where I was less happy with myself and my position, and I wouldn't be as congratulatory about other people's victories because I felt like I was falling behind or I was being left behind.
Yeah.
So it's it becomes a thing of, it's not necessarily a bad thing that you feel these things, more so than it's probably putting a fire under your ass as to what goals you want to.
Yeah, and it definitely has. Like, I found that my drive to kind of do more has allowed me to just to redirect my focus a lot easier. Right. Like, I remember it was a time when I was doing door to door, and I remember I was having such a hard time just like getting good at the field.
Right.
This is before I got promoted.
Yeah.
I remember like one conversation Aaron had with me. He pretty much told me, he was like, you know, Colby, like, you know, you're just making it too complicated for yourself. Just simplify it, and like the rest is gonna come pretty much easily. And that's pretty much how my life has always been. I'll complicate it so much up here before I'm able just to relax, like regain my focus and just simplify it. You know what I mean?
100%.
And now I'm at the stage where I'm able to do it a whole lot easier. And so I'll see those things, and yeah, it'll give me a whole lot of FOMO, but it definitely brings to a point where I'm like, all right, like I can, if I just put my head down for a little while, do what I got to do, focus on the shit I got to take care of, look forward to the long-term gratification. You know, the shit's always going to come around. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, shit's always going to come around.
If anything, goddamn, I lost my train of thought because I was like, oh, my nigga.
Let me text him before I fucking forget.
I said, Jordan. Nah, goddamn. Yeah, I did lose my train of thought. I had some Greek too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit him with this one.
He said, why I oughta.
Nah, like, goddamn. You, the last thing you had mentioned was that it was the fear of missing out thing, but
long-term gratification.
Long-term gratification. Yeah. I'll throw the thought by the way.
And forgive me, my allergies have been fucking me up the past like 3 days, and I've been blowing my nose like crazy.
You would think that
so
the season is out. Yeah, no, forgive everything. Shit, the chewing, the like. You know what I'm saying? We still here.
It's like that one video where the dude was smoking and then he got beat up by all the leaves and he started sneezing and shit like that. Like it's like allergies whooping your ass and it's like all these leaves attacking.
I did not see that video. I was like,
it's the funniest. It's this dude dressed up as like these leaves, and it was like when allergies come to kick your ass, and he's pushing on a chokehold. He's in a chokehold, and he's like,
I gotta see this.
That is me. This come out of nowhere. It's like whooping your ass. Put you in a whole chokehold.
No, I was in that position. Well, I mean, I worked near like a bunch of herbs, so like that shit sucked. That's one thing I won't miss.
Speaking of like memes and everything, you heard about Tony Baker, right?
No, I've been off social. What happened to him?
Nothing happened to him, but his son had passed. His oldest son, his son passed in a car accident. Crazy.
Tony Baker, the comedian.
Mm-hmm. Son passed in a car accident. And like he was posted it. He was like, thank you guys, I appreciate it. Like, and he obviously him being a comedian, like he would say how much like he's sad about it, but still finding a way to like make jokes about it. You know what I mean? Like he's happy, but also sad. You know what I mean? Like that situation. And that was rough. I'm like, man, like.
Damn, Tony. And I used to crack up at that one ad they did for the shaving jaw. Like every year, yeah. Like I was like, oh, but damn.
Yeah.
So I know exactly who you're talking about too. He had dreads and shit.
Yeah, he had tattoos.
Was getting husky.
Yeah, him. That was crazy. I was like, yo, like I felt terrible.
Damn. There's memes going around?
None about that. No, when I was thinking of memes, I thought of
Tony's
Tony.
memes and shit.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Like, laugh now, funny man. Like, oh.
Like, what in the haberdashery hemoglobin so we got...
And that's funny you say that, too, because on the way here...
came to see.
You ain't right. Tony gonna fuck you up. Tony gonna fight.
I'm not joking about his son. I'm not. I want to make that very clear. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at his jokes, not his son. I want to make that very clear because I know I'm good for it. I know I'm good for.
It's all good.
I know I'm good for fucking up some shit. You know me. I'm real good.
Oh man,
for joking inappropriately.
He said. That's all this nigga do. Like, but damn, Tony.
Fuck up.
Feel bad. On the way here, I saw a car that was like in flames and shit on the highway, and people were standing close to it like it wasn't about to blow up. But like, motherfucking, it just makes you count your blessings. Like, and that's where that's kind of where I'm at with life. Like, motherfucking, right now, at this juncture, I've been nurturing my love life. I've been giving myself I've been treating myself as kind as I need to be able to move forward with a clear mind. Because another thing with this whole 15 moves and this research that I've been doing is the best way forward is to know thyself and to know exactly what I want and what I need and what nourishes me. And so I've just been like, again, like I always make it too clear that this isn't a normal like relationship thing. This isn't like a commitment yet because I got my guard up and everything. But however, like I know what's been good for me. Everything in moderation though. Yeah. Cause like shit. I still have the fear that what if I'm wrong about this? You know what I'm saying?
I'm still laughing at look who you came to see.
You terrible nigga. You just see a nigga like, oh, You see a nigga box in a suit, like, look at, he crying and shit. Look at, he said, "It's your." Oh, I ain't gonna make this joke.
I just came right full circle. I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you. Alright.
what you typing? What's that? Wait, I don't get it. Play Scrabble.
Oh. All the way down here, nigga.
But what is this for? I don't see.
I forgot. Oh yeah. So that's funny you saw that. That's a whole different thing. I'm boring. I don't do shit. You was just talking about the things you want to do and the adventures you want to take.
This nigga plays Scrabble by himself.
Nigga, that was a list of fun stuff to do that I looked up on the internet. I really don't do fun shit, man. Like, and I'm sitting here like, yo, all right. And it was part of the whole nurturing love life type shit. Like, I was just thinking, man, this woman, sure, she accepts me for who I am, etc., etc. However, I want to show her a good time. However, I don't get along with people. Like, I don't mix well. And yeah, these days I'm just it's not that I don't even get along with people, more so than nigga ain't trying. I control what I can, and what I can't control is out of my hands. And oftentimes, if there's too many things at play, I'm not gonna participate because I can't control it all. And so, like, motherfucking, yeah, that leads to a lot of lack of fun. I feel like fun is not productive.
It's so funny you mentioned this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about two things, but one of them is a topic, but it made me think of this other thing that wasn't a topic, what you just said, which is interesting because I've heard you talk like this before, but I never heard you put it in this way, where fun just sounds like it's out of your control. And I feel like that's the point of fun. Like, it's not meant for you to like fully be like a dictator and like have fully control over everything that's going on.
Yeah.
The part of fun is the enjoyment of just something that you're experiencing, right?
True.
That's the first point. Second point is, I know you heard about the Lovers and Friends festival. Did you hear about this?
No.
This is the festival that was made specifically for me. This is the Lovers and Friends, i.e. the song.
I was about to say Usher's title. So
it's Usher, Luda, and Lil Jon.
Boom, boom.
I'm going to read you this lineup.
All right, let's hear it.
Because this is everyone who I love that I think you will love too. You ready for this?
I'm listening.
First name, Lauryn Hill.
You got me. Who else?
TLC.
Wait, go back. Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill, my nigga. Lauryn Hill. And once I finish this list, I want you to understand.
That thing, Lauryn Hill.
That thing. Just that whole shit.
Holy shit.
Nothing even matters, nigga.
At all.
TLC. Sierra. Nelly. Ashanti. Ja Rule. Neo. Brandy. Monica. Drum roll for our nigga. It's Trigger.
Oh. I was waiting for it.
Timbaland. Timbaland.
Boot.
Akon. Teddy Payne. Teddy Bender ass down. T-Pain, nigga. Lil Kim. Eve. Sean Paul. Mace. Fabulous. The Dream. Genuine. Escape. Jodeci. Keith Sweat, nigga. Fat Joe. Fuck Casey. Twister. Maya. Cameron. SWV. Sean Kingston.
Maya.
Trick Daddy. Pretty Ricky. Hey. Pretty Ricky.
Holy
Hey.
shit.
Ain't done yet, nigga. Joe. Drew Hill. Next.
I was like, Button?
No.
He back?
Was it bump it up?
I said, damn, I'm in there. I was gonna be like, Hold on. Served up Lil Saint.
Fuck. You did it for Lil Saint. Drew Hill, next, 112. Mario, Donnell Jones, Mr.
Donnell.
Foxy Brown, Trina, Tweet, I don't know who Mary is. Khalees,
Hey.
Juvenile, Too Short, Yin Yang Twins, Mike Jones,
Too
nigga.
Short is too, right?
Hell yeah, I know Too Short.
Alright, I
nigga.
was want to say don't sleep
Mike
on
Jones.
Too Short. Who?
Mike Jones. That day they didn't want me. Now my day all on me. Come on, nigga.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad lineup.
Lloyd,
Alright.
John B.
John.
And there's some other names I don't fucking know. But this is that shit. And it's next year. And nigga, guess what?
Half
We
the
going.
names gonna come off by next year. How much you want to bet?
As long as Trader.
As long as it's gonna be a whole phony. It's nigga.
How come I be saying that every day? And I'll be like, it's nigga.
Nah, but that's not a bad lineup. Like, motherfucking, it sounds very entertaining. But again, this goes back to fun for me. I feel like the only time I would go to that is just because I know, all right, homeboy going. It's gonna be a bunch of bitches there. It's time to look fresh. Get a bunch of bitches.
But yo, like, it's...
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I gotta be. It's like I gotta be tricked into fun or some shit. Like,
I think it really goes back to sometimes just doing the things that you just normally wouldn't find yourself being in.
True.
Like just exploring
Very true.
more outside of yourself.
Very true. And it for me, in my lifetime, in my experiences, often took being around people that were experiencing or doing things, like good friends of mine or something.
Yeah.
That we're just doing different stuff that I took that chance on. But yeah, man, I gotta get out of that funk. It's
in
not
Vegas.
a funk for me.
It's in Vegas.
In Vegas, okay.
It's May next year, nigga, and I want us to go.
Hey,
And I was just telling my mom this. I'm like, I don't even think there's gonna be bitches around our ages there. There's gonna be some older motherfuckers.
I was about to say that's my
Like,
my forte.
that's the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, like, and that's why I was playing it earlier. That's why I was playing that shit because that's all I
Yeah.
was thinking about. Like, nigga.
Makes sense. I mean, next year, shoot, who knows what may change by then? So like, I will not shy away from the idea.
As soon as I get the money for that shit, I'm buying tickets.
How much they running for? You know,
A lot.
right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the closer they get to it, the more expensive they might get.
Yeah.
'Cause
But they have like different like levels. It's like a general admission,
Tier
then
and
like a
shit.
mid John, then a high John. But like I also might get in the mid one because that's probably like the one that's gonna give you like access to everything.
what is it?
else.
A bean?
Not even. It's probably like $500 some, $600 something like that. You know what I'm saying? But still, I'm
Not too bad.
I'm going to that shit. I'm already. I know I'm gonna lose my voice at the end of it because I'm gonna sing like 85% of the songs.
But and that
Like, I
does
already
sound
know.
like a good time, cause like I remember when we went to the Trey concert and shit, and motherfucking that it's just another thing I would not have done.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, you know. It was a great experience and shit. Like I don't know, man. What is the allure of fun? And that's my thing too. I know that the bitches love fun,
They do.
and that's why I don't keep bitches in my life. Like they're not the only reason like I would ever like do fun shit and do cool exciting like or taking my pivot off of basically what I feel like I need to be focusing on for me.
Right.
Is because a woman wants to do it, or you know what I mean, like a woman yeah, and that's another thing too. This understanding I got with Miss Lady, and while at the same time it's a good understanding, I'm weary and I teeter the line because like motherfucking, I'm always feeling like you feel me now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me now, and you don't need this, that, and these things. However, how long until you change? Now she's trying to prove to me otherwise that she's different and stuff, and that's fine. However, like I mean, every day is in the past for me.
Yeah, and it's funny you even mention that because like that's kind of how I feel like right now. Me and Shorty had a conversation about how just currently I'm not very emotionally available as I would like to be, and she very much is. And like that's kind of my concern. I'm like, you know, how long
before you get tired of me not feeling you as much as you feeling me.
Well, not even that, just being able to embrace the fact that I could, feel something for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you know me, like, I'm, Mr. Monogamy. Like, that's what it is. But due to my circumstances, my circumstances just throughout my whole entire short life of dating bitches, that nigga been through some shit. Yeah. She say all the time, like, you would think I'm 30 years old for I'll be talking, like, real shit. It's been a lot, and you've seen it.
Shit. Yeah.
Like, and I can't fathom putting myself or someone else in a situation where either one of us are going to be on the receiving end of something that we may not want for ourselves.
Right.
And knowing that, it just deters me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I can be the best boyfriend in the world. You know what I'm saying? But
if I want to be.
Yeah, if I want to be. But I'm so turned away from it that I know that anyone else who could potentially be with me may not walk away the same.
And a lot of women should make the best salesmen because they are really convinced in their own mind sometimes.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's what makes it tougher for me because I have to decipher whether you are just fooling yourself before, like, I fool myself into believing anything you say. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And the whole thing with me knowing that forever isn't a real thing. Who knows how long things may last? Love come and go. You know that. Money come and go. You know that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just... So when is it going?
Forever.
Nigga ain't trying to be in a position of being worried about no damn funky ass love, and that it's really just made up. Like it's feelings and shit that'll distract me from what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time I felt that shit.
I think it's funny, and this is why I think we always just we're such like a great pair because I feel like I need to have more of like just that focus and like to remove myself from a lot of the shit that I know could distract me from the shit I need to focus on. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on your end, you could potentially...
I need that balance.
Yeah, you potentially need more fun, more of those experiences where, you can just be outside of yourself more develop in those areas. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. Because they develop you as a person.
Because I definitely found so much just personal reward and success and just from the shit that you talk about and trying to implement it in my life, whether that's just how I'm dealing with my money or just how much time I'm spending doing something, just like the dedication to focus it takes to actually accomplish something. Right. You know what I mean?
However, I can say adversely, I really don't know how my personality would even look without that element that you've added, which is just the humor, the fun. Yeah. You brought a fun element to my life. Like, nigga, sure we could be cool in school and everything, but to know ourselves like personally, like shit, nigga, I'm stoic. Yeah. And so to have these elements, it really has broadened my personality. It's made me a more of a kaleidoscope of a person. I could hit you with anything. So it's much needed. Shit. But at least we know we're not being anything we're not. That's what's at the topic of like we are being ourselves. No matter what it is that we are doing, whether it be the fun or the focus, we are still trying to hone in and I say that to say we are being ourselves because there's a lot of that shit going on. The 6ix9ine interview just came out. Motherfuckers was all over that. Like, I'm motherfuckers. Because it was an interesting conversation between Wack and him. Like, you seen more of it.
Yeah, I seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I only seen the snippets.
Like, I took away from that as, so Wack being the nigga who's actually just from that.
Right.
He's exactly who you would think is from that. Like that is him. He's gonna give it to you straight up and feel no way about it. Right. 6ix9ine is a nigga who is like me, but was just wanted to be so enthralled in it that of course Wack's logic is gonna sound crazy because you're not that.
I don't even think.
So here's the example.
Yeah, let me
right. So he would ask Wack like a question like, all right, so you mean to tell me the rules of the streets are to be honorable, loyal, respectful, and not to snitch, right?
Right.
And Wagner's like, yeah, absolutely. And 6ix9ine is like, all right, so when the niggas I was with broke all those rules and did me wrong, but because I snitched, now I'm a fuck nigga, now I'm a bitch nigga. And he's like, see, this is what I'm telling you. This is the stupid shit I'm talking about. Kids, stay out the streets, don't join it. But it's like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that's
what it is. A nigga can fuck your bitch, take your money, rob you, kidnap you, and everything.
Handle that in the streets.
And
that's the life you live.
And White was like, but you supposed to take care of that. You supposed to take care of that.
Yeah, I love that one part where he specified like when he got kidnapped and shit, and he was telling them, you know how I knew? Because the fact that you knew exactly who did that shit to you, and you paid somebody else to do what you wouldn't do for yourself, you a civilian. Because like it's like Wax said, he was a foot soldier to now. He can revert back. He knows, I mean, he's a street nigga. Like motherfucking, I think 6ix9ine, like what I respected in his plight from the outside in is that he was trying to market just how stupid it is to get into that stuff. However, if you are in it, you like. It's not that it's stupid, more so than like
It's only in this, and I feel like I don't know
if you're not built for it, you're not built for it.
I took it as just in layman's terms, right? If you're just a nigga from the streets, right, and that's your lifestyle, it's very normal. It's very normal. It's not out of the ordinary for a nigga to get shot because he snitched.
Right.
It's not out of the ordinary. That's what's supposed to happen. But if you're a civilian, right, that whole world is absolutely chaotic. It's crazy. It's nonsense. And the fuck shit
doesn't make any sense.
And it doesn't make any sense. But that's because you're just not in that world. And you never will have been a part of it.
Right.
But because you're now using that as a way to get success, and now you're totally into it, you can't be mad when you're being held to those same standards.
Yeah. Because on one hand...
Because that's the standards they're holding you to now.
Yeah. They ought to be. Wax said something that was very important in that you know, who put you on. Yeah. You telling me this person put you on and shit like that. And it's just like, you could tell there was a disappointment in Wax's voice. And I think that was... and that's what I mean by my respect for 6ix9ine's movement. Just because... I think he's trying to expose how phony they really are for the dollars. You know, you talk about codes and loyalty and this and that, but y'all fucking each other's bitches like he said. And he said that's hood shit. That's hood shit. You know, you fuck each other's bitches. Yeah. You and then he talked about how motherfuckers wasn't paying each other the money that they were supposed to be paying. He fed everybody, etc., etc. Yeah, there's no love in the streets. There's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of snake shit. Niggas ain't shit. I mean, like, but by the same token, a lot of these like motherfuckers that are like the and I don't mean to put his name in that kind of vein like a criminal or something. I'm sure he's not that anymore. But Jay-Z's of the world and shit like that. Those are the gangsters and shit that like made big business happen and took many people out of the streets.
And that's what they were talking about. Like the original gangsters were the niggas from the mob.
Yeah.
They owned businesses. They were successful. They took care of their families. They put their kids in school. They had wives. It was a legitimate community thing. Now, sure, what they were doing
is still running.
Right, and now of course what they were doing behind the scenes was mad illegal. It was killing niggas left and right.
Hell yeah, but their business fronts.
It's normal as fuck.
Yeah.
It's normal as fuck. And that structure alone is way more dangerous than what these niggas was doing.
Hell, that structure is part of the structure of America. Like CIA and all that shit that got formed. Like, motherfucking, it's like, I'm a civilian. Yeah. And so motherfucking, with the tools that I have, I can't accomplish what the mob and these thugs have accomplished. So, but I can't knock them for how they accomplished it. I just got, stay out of my way. I'll stay out of yours. Shit like that.
One thing Wax said, it made me think of you, that they both kind of said that these niggas in the rap industry, right, who claim to be such like gangsters or street niggas or whatever, Wack was like 98% of these niggas really ain't that. Because they're talking about this shit that they say and that they're doing, or the fact that you're just talking about it.
Exactly.
And real niggas ain't gonna talk about that shit
at all.
And I was like, damn, my nigga said that before. You know what I mean? And,
it's simple.
And he even brought up Pac, and I didn't even notice about him. You know, and something I kind of heard a lot. Well, not heard, but I might have heard before. But he was like, you know, Pac was a hypocrite, and the fact that you know, he would rap these things, but like preach something else, and then go out to a Crip neighborhood and, you know, fight a Crip nigga and not kill him, and you know what I'm saying, like all type of shit. And I'm like, yo, like it's crazy how niggas want to put up such an image because it sells, but a lot of these niggas ain't like they just ain't that.
Because and I can't even knock them for not being that, because who wants to be that? The people who are that.
They don't want to be
that. Yeah, they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They had to, you know, I mean, that life formed them that way. It was built for it, literally. Like, but motherfucking a lot of these niggas, man, they skinny as me. Yeah. Like, acting, you know what I mean? Like, they're like the kingpin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And money will do a lot, but it ain't going to block a punch for you.
Yeah, no.
Like, money ain't going to stop them bullets. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like, when shit get real, when shit get physical, like, I don't know, man. It's just that'll take away all the facade. You can't fake that.
Let me ask you, because you know you're in music and you rap.
Yeah.
I remember you were saying how you didn't at a certain point you were kind of at a standstill of what content you can make.
Right. I was in like middle school.
Right. You were kind of standstill, and you didn't really know, like you're all for about being authentic with your lyrics,
right,
and speaking about the shit that you actually know you can speak about,
right,
and not faking the lyrics just because it might sound hot. I want to get your perspective on knowing if you were to do that, talk about the things that necessarily that you don't do. Do you think that you would potentially have like a different reach?
I do. I know I would, just because, like, it's easier to catch. Kendrick said it once before in a thing of, it's easy to talk slick, you know? And I think, I don't think I would chase, I just think I'm too smart to try to chase that success, because at that point you done built up an image that everybody believes, and now you gotta live that, or you feel pressured to live that. And that's what I noticed when I was a little kid. I was rapping with all these adults and shit, and I was good at rapping, but I was rapping about shit that I wasn't living. Killing and fucking bitches and drugs and, you know, just the stuff that I'm used to hearing in other people's music.
Right.
And it came to a point when I was just like, yo, I'm getting good at this, but, you know, if I keep following this trend, then I'm gonna have to live this life. Right. And you know what I mean, I wasn't trying to live with all those struggles. Like, I knew I was too smart. I knew I had too much potential to throw my life away. And so that was the difference there. And like, fast forward to today, like, sure, I mean, well, no, I'll take that back too, because there's a lot of factors at play. Sure, even if I was talking shit about stuff that I don't do in real life, motherfuckers have to back that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I ain't about to get no backing if I ain't Chester. Like, I ain't about to get no backing if I ain't really living this life. And if I do get backing, it'll be basically, what's that word called? Where they extorting. It would basically be extortion. And so, like,
it's funny because even in that interview, like, it made me think just by how much the streets do coincide with like hip hop.
Yeah, they do.
Because obviously that's where hip hop started. And you know, you had street niggas, you know, become executives in a lot of ways.
Right.
And carry a lot of like that street shit into the music industry.
Well,
you know, and to this day, you know, you still have a whole lot of street ties.
Yeah.
I think about someone like Drake, right? His connection to Jay Prince and shit like that. His connection to Baby.
Yeah.
Those are two very powerful men. You know what I'm saying? His connection to this a lot of these, like, this the hoods he be touching in.
Yeah.
His connection to, like, California niggas, to niggas in the South, to the niggas in, like, just anywhere.
Run that game.
And when you become cool with these guys, you're able to then put yourself in these areas that a lot of niggas wouldn't find themselves in.
Right.
And because and I was just listening to From Florida with Love. And when he was like niggas had their pistols loaded, pointed at my trunk. Hey.
That was my shit.
You know that lesson stuck. But out there I never saw the roll without a plug. Hey. But out there I never saw the pointed tongue and tough. Niggas know what's up.
I fucked with that.
And I was like, yo, like that's some real shit.
But it's
like,
real shit.
And like this nigga got robbed at gunpoint. A bitch set him up. And now you have ties with some real heavy niggas.
Yeah, that'll make sure that shit don't happen to you because you a meal ticket.
And no matter where you go now, like you covered.
I'm a J Prince investment.
Covered.
You know what I'm saying? But when you was bringing that up, I thought about like you know how hip hop is intertwined with like motherfucking the streets, and I was just like, that's because the streets, anybody working in any illegal fashion is looking for a outlet to clean their money. Bitcoin is supposed, or cryptocurrency is supposedly like in the news for being an easy way to money launder these days, or clean money, and that was hip hop. That's what hip hop turned into. Oh, I can rap and make my money, like I can make money from nothing. Like that's what the words will be like. It's like making money from no product until like you wrote it and stuff. But like it's a clean way to take your drug money, you know, invest in yourself, book your shows, set up, throw the money to the crowd, look rich, and stuff like that. It's an easy way to clean your money. And so that's how hip hop really got taken over, because after a couple runs from a couple niggas, it became a big business model.
I look at someone like a Suge Knight. And like how terrifying that nigga was.
Back in the day, they was probably running up in executive offices, beating niggas to death, killing niggas.
That's what Suge was known for.
Yeah, like, making sure deals got done.
Yeah, like,
by violence.
you imagine this nigga 6'4", fucking middle linebacker with 4 of the niggas dressed in red, looking just like him, enter your office. You gonna sign some papers. You signing
some papers, or you signing the concrete with your blood.
Yeah, facts, you gonna get run over. You know what I'm saying?
You saw that.
Like niggas, you gonna feel something.
And we only saw that because cameras exist now. So imagine the days when that shit wasn't around.
Man, these niggas was doing.
Yeah, they was doing the fucking most.
Even Diddy.
Yeah,
Diddy.
Of course.
He fucking beat up a nigga with a kettlebell.
Oh yeah, and where I believe it, but where are we getting these?
That was a whole story. Like, this is like early 2000s.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Cause like, you know, there was supposed to be the thing between with him and Drake, et cetera, he slapped Drake.
Did he be fighting everybody? He fought Kendrick. He fought Drake. He fought Cole. That nigga fought everybody. Nigga,
Concrete jungle where she's made of. That nigga. But it's real shit though, and it's a shame too, because like my style that I came into rapping again was when I discovered Watsky. You know, he had a way of rapping where it was himself, and I respected that, because like while the subject matter was nerdy, it was his subject matter. Yeah, and so it made me realize that he had an audience. Why can't I? Right. And so I just started rapping again. And motherfucking, lo and behold, you know, the Commons and the Watskis of the game, they don't make it to that like shining star point. I never saw myself as such. I saw myself as someone who could really like just do well at what I do, but I didn't look to monetize or make a career out of music. Like, I mean, I just wanted to enjoy it. Now, that was something. It's funny you had mentioned that, because like lately I've been redesigning my life, right? Restructuring it. I realized if it's not a career that you're looking for out of music, why is that something that you end up spending the most time doing? Why do you find yourself trying to find more time to write if you don't even look to get wealthy off of this? What is your real goal? And now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm distracted. Like, cause it's a hobby, it's fun, but I'm not taking it seriously. I love it. That's all.
I just saw like an ad for Skillshare, and like the one dude who's promoting it, it was like a skill, like it's a class on there that talks about making a pivot in your career. Where it kind of like he just made a summary out of it. Pretty much, it was someone pretty much talking about like when you're doing your career because something is something that you love. When your career becomes a chore, you have to make a pivot.
Yeah.
You know, like what's the next thing you can do to love it again, to do something maybe different in that space that you're already doing something in.
Right.
Like this is anything. And that's kind of what I kind of figured out for myself recently, just about narrowing down what kind of photography I wanted to even like be in.
Right.
Because photography is such a broad spectrum, and even music could be such a broad spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And I think once you begin to kind of like just fiddle around, do your research, talk to a few people, and like try to see like what else you could do in something that you are passionate about, like there's no doubt in my mind that you'll be able just to fall right into something and then make that
form
the
my
thing.
own lane.
Yeah.
My mom was talking about doing those shows again. Like, you know, I used to go to open mics and whatnot. But the thing about doing the open mics, I called my music poetry because at the time I didn't want to call it rap because it came with that connotation that it was going to be about a certain subject matter. But like motherfucking,
Right.
Yeah, like, but there's a crutch to there's a crutch to that too, because then you go to open mics. And I don't mean to sound pompous, but I know I'm going to be better than all them niggas.
Nah, facts.
And so it's just like I got to find a place to put myself in front of people. That's all.
Well, now with the world opening back up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that ain't no thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like amateur nights at some place. Like,
yeah.
I think it was us. We went to the Trey concert.
Oh yeah, and they had some motherfucking
It was like the John right across the street where niggas have gone to get like some food or whatever.
And you know what? That's crazy because I drive by there every time I go to old girl crib.
Yeah, like it's that one John. I don't know if they're still doing it there, but shit like that. Like you can like look up like new artist events in Philly or whatever. Right. Or like even at Rec Philly.
Opening shows.
Yeah, opening shows. Like just anything just to put yourself out there. Like there's multiple things you could do.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like and it all starts there, or even just using a promote ad on Instagram, like paying like $15 or whatever to get you whatever post you made for like a day or two or some shit like that. Like there's options for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you this one time I discovered a one dude off of a YouTube ad. I was watching 85 South show. Mm-hmm. His name was DC the Don. And they played this whole 3-minute long video for the ad, and I was like, "This shit is hard." Yeah. I downloaded that shit. Yeah. Like I was a fan ever since.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
There's little shit like that you just pick up fans.
It was visual though, right? He had like a music video. Yeah. That was my crutch. I was like, oh yeah, I could just promote my music, and then I was like, oh, but I don't have a music video. And then little bullshit like the butts that you put into your shit that stagnate you, stuff like that. Like, but ultimately, I just I need to find what I'm gonna take seriously as a money making career.
Yeah.
And hone in really. Like I can still do what I love. I just like I wanna fast forward to the future. I wanna have Airbnb properties all over the US and shit. Just so motherfuckers just stay at the crib and it makes at least 10 to 5 G's a month, like just off of people vacating and going to Cali or going here or going there and needing a place for a weekend. And so you gotta start with money to make money. So like and that's where I'm at with life. Like I feel so rushed. You was just talking about the rat race. You want to be doing this, you want to be doing that, and then your 15 minutes is up and then it's back to work and shit. Like where do you see your the perfect space for you in life?
It's changed so much throughout the years. But as of recently, I would a perfect thing for me is to own like my own studio, like for photography, and to run all my shit out of there for just Kaz Media.
Yeah,
I'm doing videos, I'm shooting pictures. Like if I want to put a recording studio in there, like when I want to start like making music, I want to own a space for me to create like almost like a lab.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I want to own a particular space and even rent it out if I ever wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like That's kind of like what I would want creatively. And even then, I would still want to be able to see. My mind always goes to just things that I know could like just that inspires me the most, and it's always just creating something.
Yes, and that's where I'm fucked up at. I feel like, am I wrong in my thinking? Because when you said the in-house studio, I was like, yeah, I literally typed all this stuff in, like my visualizing and shit, and I'm just like, I keep trying to lean towards somewhere else. Maybe it sounds like, it feels like it's fear talking, or bringing me back from thinking that I can make something of this music thing.
It takes a lot more to become like really, really well off. And like,
right. That's why I don't bank
ventures.
on that.
You know what I mean? And me and Shawty was talking about that because she's into medicine. You know what I'm saying? And she's like going into that field. And she was like, I commend you for looking to want to be a success in that field, because she was like, I wouldn't even have the strength to even do that kind of shit.
Yeah, a creative field.
Yeah, like that's a tough thing, and I joke about it because she's African, her parents are African, and so I was like, if your mom were with me, like, what does he do? He went to school for what? And you're not doing that, like jokingly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, it's a
real thing,
because the options and the possibilities are endless. So to narrow it down and have like something that you have to like just truck forward to and be consistent with it and discipline and run something of your own and make it pop, and it's a lot. It's all on you. Like there's a structure, but you have to like find your way in the structure.
Real shit.
It's not you can just walk in and then you fit perfect like a puzzle.
Yeah.
You have to kind of like find your way and like see if there's a spot in there.
I don't want to use the word envy, but for lack of a better one, I always envied the people who had that kind of mindset where they knew what they wanted to do back in middle school or high school and shit. Like, and it was probably some simple shit or some business shit or a job.
Yeah.
But they knew what they wanted to do, and they got there because they had a clear goal.
Like the niggas mind. Who get into like trades,
or
like
that shit kills me, because I'm just like, good. Kudos to you. Like, you knew you wanted to be a doctor. You knew you wanted to be a lawyer. You knew you wanted to be an attorney, or a motherfucking what are the people that do the ledgers and shit? Like they numbers people. Fucking
accountants.
Yeah, there you go. See, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be slipping, but like people who wanted to be accountants and knew they were good with numbers and knew they were good with this. Like, sometimes it sucks to be so creative, because there's so much that you want to do with your creativity that doesn't even exist, and so you have to create a market for it.
I look at motherfuckers like Childish Gambino or even like a Kanye West, and it's like, to me, like, those like the pinnacles of motherfuckers who just do it at like the best level.
Yeah.
Of just
creativity and expression.
Like just creating just so much.
Yeah.
So much, and giving it into the ecosystem, into the universe, and where people just absorb it and love it forever. You know what I mean? Like, and I see myself in both of them niggas. I'm pretty sure you see yourself in a lot of niggas who you inspire to be too. Like,
you saw the collage.
Yeah, I seen that.
Childish was in there.
Like, yo, like it's niggas who.
And Kanye.
Like they manifest, and it's like, even just what that nigga's doing with like the whole arena jaunt, like,
real shit.
I'm like, man, this nigga is God. Like, this nigga's amazing.
But
like,
real shit though, when you can make your visions come to life, and like as kids we were so creative, and then you get to be an adult and you kind of end up bogging down your creativity because reality ends up hitting, and you but like, for the creative that could persevere through that, it's just it's inspiring. Like,
I feel like this is something that we
it's a perfect example.
This is one of the few things that we actually said we wanted to do together,
right.
That we actually are doing.
Right.
What's it gonna take for us? Because I feel like I said earlier, we both have things that make each other better, right? And I feel like we're trying to do these things on our own, but what's it gonna take for us to put these things to practice and maybe even collab on a lot of these different things?
Consistency.
Like, if I'm helping you shoot videos, or you're my model for pictures, or fucking
or I'm drawing characters for your
or you're drawing shit for me, like, or I'm fucking making a fucking album art for you or some shit, or like just any fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's it really gonna take for us to be like right here, where it's that collaborative effort and shit is happening and we're actually creating the shit that we know we want to create? Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even just because like I said, it's been moments, right?
Yeah.
Just from when you even introduced me to like fucking Movie Maker.
Yeah.
And we record ourselves playing Naruto.
Yeah, yeah.
Even us fucking wanting to create a manga.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was writing a story for it. You was drawing the characters. Even us down to fucking just anything. Any fucking thing.
A narrower vision. That's what comes to mind. Because as you were describing all that, I'm thinking, I'm less distracted now than I ever was. This now is the time, for these kind of goals. Now, granted, time, speaking of which, is not always under our control.
Right.
Being as though we have to rent ourselves out to people to make money and make a living right now. So a lot of times it's hard to keep that momentum because you're put through so many different areas of energy that by the time you make it out, you're feeling, drained or.
But I think that's when like having someone who's holding you accountable.
Precisely. That was it. Literally before I thought of the narrow vision part, accountability was the word that was yelling in my ear too. Just like
because we have to hold each other accountable for this. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, making it here twice a week. Making it here once a week and shit. And
you taking care of the audio, I'm taking care of the video and shit like that. Like it's a collaborative effort.
It is.
And as long as we're consistently holding each other accountable for things, and especially if it's stuff that we want to do outside of this, separately, like you're gonna have to hold me accountable to like creating a certain image that you wanted. I'm gonna have to hold you accountable for the things that I see, for myself that I would want you to do for me.
Right.
Like if it's gonna be that, like it has to like fall on both of us.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
And, it's easier said than done. It sounds like because we're not. We're in the process of doing something like that now, but we're not doing multiple projects.
Right.
And I know for myself when I'm feeling stretched thin, or any time where one day to the next I might feel differently. For example, control. I'm finding that I'll have my control issues, but like if I feel like I'm being accountability, right? I would have to be held accountable for what I'm not doing. I know in my own mind how I'd be operating if I didn't feel like it. Something as simple as that. I want to be in control of whether I have to or not. Now, if I also, if I've agreed to do it, then that's the expectation. And so I have to be more disciplined in, how often I change my mind, how steady I am, or the momentum that I have in these goals. Because I'll start something with the momentum necessary, and then in the process, I'll feel like this was even a process that we had to iron out, just because I felt myself in the beginning. It was more so like control. I didn't like sharing control.
Right.
And so like I can only speak for myself. However, I have been learning and adapting in a cooperative element.
I think what helps though, at least in my mind, what I think will probably alleviate that is the fact that we'll be helping each other with our own personal ventures.
Right.
If I'm to help you, you have total say so on how shit you will want to go.
Makes sense.
And for you to help me with me having total say so on how I want shit to go.
But you know what? That's even funner. Like, I mean, this is cooperative. Those are just things that we can help each other with.
Right.
And that's fun. that is the kind of shit that I do for fun. Like, I like to grow and make progress for fun. Fuck going out. Like, and so that's why fun, doubling back to that, seems like such a distraction or...
it's not productive.
Yeah, it's not productive. I can have fun doing a photo shoot or drawing a character for your comics or your stories or... you know what I mean? Like, I can have fun doing these things because I get to see a result.
Right.
You know, I get to do... Something's happening while I'm doing this. You know, what the fuck is happening if I'm just kicking it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, it's a balance. I probably should have a little more fun, but I fucks with that idea, and I think going forward, just hit me.
Cause honestly, I think about like the niggas just who just come up in the industry, in whatever industry, like they have like people who they've always worked side by side with.
Earl
You know what I
Sweatshirt,
mean?
all of them.
Yeah,
it
like,
takes people.
Even just like Adam Sandler, you see like the same 4 niggas in movies all the time. You see Rob Schneider in every fucking movie with Adam Sandler. You see that nigga.
You do.
You see these niggas because those are legitimate friends.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's
the
like
locks.
The locks.
Look at that.
Yo, like
legitimate friends though. Stuck
Yeah.
together through the whole thing and knew they. Yeah.
Jay and Big.
Boom boom.
Like, you know, shit
Even
like
though
that.
They don't really work together anymore.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a rock.
It's still the hub. But yeah, definitely. Okay. That's a good way of moving forward. That is definitely a good way of moving forward. More to come.
Yeah, for sure, goddamn. And I see that just... I hit you up just last week about how I wanted to do a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I knew, like, you would want to participate in it.
Yeah,
you know?
It's something that benefits us both. You have ideas that you want to... you want expressed through a medium.
Yeah.
And if I'm that medium, it can only help me.
Yeah.
So why not? You know? So
and speaking of photo shoots, right?
Let's hear this.
So here's the thing, right?
Okay.
These days, I really be on Tinder because I just be bored as fuck, right? Just as the ego boost a lot of time for validation, right? So lately, I'll match with a bitch, and lately I'll get a message of, "Oh, you a photographer? How much for a photo shoot?"
That's stressful?
It's not stressful. It's fucking annoying. Don't hit me up on a dating app about wanting to do a photo shoot. Even though I'm doing this for... No, listen.
I feel it.
But look, hear me out. Even though I'm doing this because I'm bored. But if my intentions were to come on here and to meet hoes, fuck them or date them, I'm not looking for clients. I'm looking to fuck.
Hey, I can understand it. However, just like in door-to-door or any business, even when we was at CMI, you get the leads where you can get them.
I don't want my lead to come from Tinder. Because I just had an issue.
If your lead got bread.
I just had an issue, and we joked about it last pod about motherfuckers talking about my escapades. I don't need a bitch. And they're talking to me, oh, guess I found this guy off Tinder. He fuck. I'm trying to get shit just separate. I'm on here not to find clients. And I'm about to take a shot at my fucking bio because I'm sick of seeing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, bitches like, oh, you're a photographer and you take your own pictures. I'm like...
I mean, shit.
Suck my dick. Like, leave me alone.
If I was you, which I'm not, so but if I was you, and that was happening to Colby's phone, like,
and that's the thing. I thought about you, and I'm like, man, like I know I should be taking these opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like.
I can understand what you're saying though, because you want to separate the lives.
Yeah.
However, like, shit. You can still do that. Say, okay. Say the bitch hit you up on Tinder, and she said, "Oh, you photographer? Oh, Colby." I'm saying, like, goddamn, and she says, "Name your price." You name your price. You got it. Boom, boom. Set it up. Be professional with her, and get paid.
And also, the thing about it is too, like, And maybe I wasn't quite ready. I didn't see it in this way happening. But we mentioned before about how nowadays, like, I saw myself as, like, the photographer with, like, muses that he's been with. So, this is kind of, like, happening in that way where, like, you know, I'm getting matched with women who potentially could find me, attractive and interesting. Obviously, if you see me
right.
on Tinder, we matching.
And then use that photography thing as their icebreaker to you.
Yeah, so like let's say if they really did want to, fuck with me,
Right.
after we do business and I am professional, and then she hits me with the, hey, we should
On
go out
some personal
sometime.
shit.
Yeah, like, hey,
that's fair.
Right.
That's fair game.
And I feel like because in my mind I wasn't looking at it like that at first. But the more I processed it, I'm like, maybe it could be that. And even if it doesn't become that, I still walk away with something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just so interesting. So I'm like, man, I did say that. I would want to fuck these bitches while I'm taking pictures of.
However, you found in that, like, well, shit, man. At this point, I look back and I can't even, well, I can. But I look back at my experiences and it's hard to even, want to live in that same space that I was in where, like, it was so many different, so in 1 week, I could, who knows how many, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, motherfucking, I guess the energy and the drama and everything that just comes with people and interacting with them and keeping up with them, that sounds like more your concern about them, like, wanting to interact with you afterwards. More, like, because it shouldn't be too bad that you have people asking for your work.
Well, yeah, for sure. But it's not even that. Like, I'm fine with, like, the relationships, whatever they might be. But it's like, in the way in which it was presented to me, like I wasn't looking at it. I was expecting it to come from these places.
Tinder.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
wanted it to be more genuine.
Yeah, a little bit more authentic. You know what I'm saying? And I guess like
that would mean we need to network more.
And that's something I definitely have been trying to like figure out on like how to really start going about. You know what I mean? But lately my focus has been kind of just off everything. You know?
See, if it was just a great like Friends, what is it, the TV show or movies and shit, like The Best Man, just where you be seeing these grown buddies that been friends since they was kids and shit, and they go out to the club and shit. Because in a perfect world, I'd hear that, be like, all right, bet. Let's you're looking for muses, you're looking for people to take pictures of. There's a lot of beautiful women in the city. We go out, we mingle and shit. I play wingman, and it's not to fuck, more so to find clientele. And then you might end up fucking.
That sounds hard.
You know what I'm saying? We should do that.
That sounds hard.
Cause I don't mind playing wingman. I don't mind getting out and polying like motherfucking. I can move. I'm more disciplined now. I don't have to fuck these bitches. Yeah. And especially if the goal of being out there is not to fuck, but to find, but to connect,
right? To
network, to
and utilize our charisma.
Yeah.
Because two niggas like us walk up.
It's a beautiful thing,
and it's like, you know,
it happens every time. Like motherfucking. It happens every time.
It really do.
So like, I don't doubt that we could pull something like that off on a networking tip.
Yeah.
No, and it would exercise our charisma, like you said. Like we ain't been out.
I got one more point to touch on. I don't know if you want to touch on anything else.
Oh no, please do.
But did you see the video I sent you with Joe Rogan?
I saw the. I didn't see the video of the interview. I saw that snippet, like of the kid crying to him, coaching the kid through his karate and shit. I saw that, and I had my own opinions on that and how it was affected. But I didn't hear the conversation that he and the brother man had.
Sure,
expound on that.
Yeah, for sure. Joe pretty much was like, so the dude, the sensei, he has a nonprofit where he pretty much like teaches kids like judo, karate, all that kind of just martial arts, right? Yeah. Teach them these kids that as a way, as like an outlet, you know what I'm saying, to just have an outlet of things that they're able to express themselves in a different way, right. And it teaches them a whole lot of different life lessons, you know. And this guy himself was someone who was like these kids, you know, who dealt with a lot of just inward anger, not being able to express it, and just very like volatile, you know, and it showed him control, peace, management. And just knowing that his feelings are valued too, and that they're just as important, and that because he's a man doesn't mean that he shouldn't have feelings, right?
Right. So
Joe pretty much asked him, he was like, you know, what you did with that kid was, you know, quite amazing, and he pretty much asked him to expound on it. He was like, well, you know, he's like, that kid felt a little under pressure because, it was him performing in front of everybody.
Right.
He broke that same board just the other day,
Right.
but now he had to do it with his less dominant hand, and he wasn't confident about it, so he started crying, right? He was upset. And I pretty much had to let him know, like, hey, it's okay to cry. As a man, sometimes you have to cry, but you can't allow yourself to hold these things in. And one thing he said is that particularly black boys and black men just don't have a lot of safe spaces to truly feel like they can relieve themselves and not have so much stress and pressure and the things that we carry every day that we just don't even speak on, that we have to come back home with and live with and carry over into the next day and the next day.
Yes.
But because we were men, we've gotten used to this putting on our shoulders and, handling it.
Right.
Because we have to, right? And it struck such a chord with me because I do deem myself to be very expressive. But then at the same time, there is a lot of shit that I just don't even bring up.
Right.
I don't even speak on. I don't even want to just burden nobody with it. Even though it wouldn't be a burden per se, but you know how that feeling is when you feel like you just maybe complaining or whatever. But in reality, it's like, nah, like those are genuine feelings that you're having. You're stressed out, you're tired, you're angry, you're sad, you're this, you're that. And these things are very important. But as boys who turn into young men and then men in general, to have an outlet where you feel heard, accepted, not judged, and able to just feel, that's super rare to come by.
It is.
And especially these days where women nowadays are super masculine.
Yeah.
Like, you show any sign of vulnerability or weakness, and that's blood in the water.
That's where I was going with it too. I was just like,
it's blood in the water.
That's such a double-edged sword, because while it is very necessary, like this love life that I've been nurturing, it was funny you had mentioned like just a safe space, because that's what it reminded me of. This has lasted as long as it has because this feels like a safe space where I can trust, shit like that. And but motherfucking, on the other hand of that, like my stoicness and my sternness and my unemotional way of life is what made me feel more manly, what gave the a broader appearance of just,
and that's where a lot of people would say, go ahead.
My fault. I guess the point I was making there was that, like, you tip over too much of that that emotional and that feeling and stuff, and then you get the sensitive weak, you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. So the stereotype is, to be a man you have to be stoic and unemotional and unfazed, right? But a man who has some like sustenance is a man who's able to be strong, because to be strong is to have control over your emotions, is to have like the resolve to know that it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be sad, and express these things, but knowing that your masculinity isn't at a detriment because you're feeling.
100%.
It's not at a detriment because something is bothering you, and now you have to suck it up and walk around with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's when it becomes toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
When
100%.
you're walking around as if you're, Macho Man Randy Savage, and you're just someone who's just unfazed by the world. Like, that's not true. Like, we're humans.
Right.
And men are probably just as emotional as women. We just don't, that's not a part of our brain that we access a whole lot, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
Right.
Like, we have these feelings, and a man who's able to conduct himself in that way, who's even able to get down to a boy's level,
right,
and bring him solace, that's
a beautiful thing.
That means more to anybody ever.
Yeah, that's real.
Boys need men in their lives, and the men in their lives need to be able to show them that their feelings aren't a bad thing.
You know what, too? And it's a big, I keep circling back to this love life that I've been nurturing. However, like, while there's doubts in my own mind because I'm jaded from previous relationships, and I've not been in
just your life.
Yeah, just my life and examples and what I've seen and how I've engineered myself to treat women so that I keep from being hurt. Like, motherfucking, I'm finding that this thing that I'm doing, I feel like it's making me a better man. Like I feel like it's structuring me so that like I don't mind giving a woman love. Like I don't mind showing her love and shit like that. Like and being expressive and telling her how I feel and what I'm thinking and why this happened. Stuff like that.
Right.
Actually communicating. Like I feel like that is shaping me to be a better man. Whether like with or without this woman, it is going. I feel like these events and the way I'm moving now is a much more disciplined cycle of life.
Right.
You talking about like expression of love and stuff that was touching on that for me. I was like, that does have a part of being a better man.
It's such a, and that's why I said it's such a tricky thing because you go through situations where you feel like your vulnerability, it costs you something.
Right.
Now you walk away fearful. You walk away hurt. You walk away jaded, closed off, and not willing to put yourself back out there.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever might have caused you hurt, now as a man, you probably take that harder than any other existence in the world.
Right.
And that's when I was telling Shawty that I'm trying to practice being as open as I used to be because I found myself getting comfortable being closed off, and I didn't like that, and I didn't like knowing that at any moment I could just be like, I'm flipping a switch, I don't care no more, you're out of my life, and I'm done with you.
I feel bad for the time of my life in which I felt like that was a good thing, like where I tried to influence that, because I didn't mean no harm. I just was like, oh, it's working for me. I don't feel nothing. But fuck these bitches.
But even then, it's just like, sure, you might have had an influence, but like the things that I was doing, my own experiences led me to that.
Yeah, whether you knew me or not, that was coming to its own story.
I found that eventually, like, I'm on this road now where I'm just like, all right, now I have to bring myself back out. Of course, cautiously and wiser, knowing that I don't have to be as open with everyone, but just for particular people who I can put my trust in. But they have to prove that to me first, before I begin to be as vulnerable as I could be.
Are you comfortable talking about like where you at with that now?
Not far. Not far at all. But I'm practicing it. That's the point I'm focusing on for myself, because
I also keep in mind it's not been long too, so you don't have to be far.
Yeah, I'm not far at all, and I'm not even trying to like make it a situation where I'm trying to get to that point urgently, because that's just something that I know is going to take time.
It is,
and especially with I can even say, for my first girlfriend from middle school up until just this past year, I've been in shit. So imagine like a little over 10
that's
years.
A lifetime, damn near.
That's half my life. I'm 24, nigga. Like that's half my life. So it's like I'm at this point now where I kind of have to, again, know myself. And to know myself is to know that like I am expressive. I know how I feel about things. I'm able to communicate those things, and I do want to do those things.
Yes.
But because of what I've been through, it's allowed me to pull back so much that now I'm comfortable being pulled back. And I have to practice like not being so like pulled back out of fear, out of hurt, and out of just all those things.
But it's so frustrating because who knows when you're right. Like you got a good woman, who knows when she's gonna go bad? I've turned a good woman bad.
Yeah, it's a tricky game. It's a tricky game, and that's where like, it becomes a teetering act, like giving just enough but not too much. But also not being so off that I'm not giving anything.
Exactly.
Because you have to give something. You have to.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna want to give something to you, and if they feel like nothing is being reciprocated, they're putting out more than you are. It's just like, and I know that game. I played that game. It's not a fun game.
It's not.
It's
catching up at some point.
Yeah, and it sure enough does. Like, I know what it is to not put out nothing and have them put out everything, and then like, and I'm walking away feeling the best nigga ever while you're drained and depleted, and I'm just like,
I was just watching the Parkers, and Ned said something to Nikki to try to get her to see through the fucking tree, see the forest through the trees when it comes to Professor Ogilvy. And she was like, my girlfriend was dating the guy for 13 years hoping that he would marry her, and he never did. And he told her, why would he buy the cow when he could get the milk for free? And I was just like, it's true. It happens though. Like, and so like, there in love and anything that you do, there has to be an even exchange, or it's going to create a stoppage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, like, at least today, like you said, you know, when you ask me, you know, where I'm at with it, just like I said, I'm not far, but I'm in a space where I feel comfortable, like, practicing, like, being a little bit more open.
I respect that.
And getting to the point where I can actually allow someone to, like, just embrace me. Because at the end of the day, that's all I ever really just wanted. I used to say all the time, all I wanted to be was understood.
Yeah.
All I ever wanted was someone who could just, like, accept me for me and love me for me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But then, like I said, over time, I ran into people who just weren't that. And of course, I would always end up disappointed, hurt, sad, broken, and even sometimes hurting them along the way. Right. Because I wasn't getting what I wanted. Right, you know? Right. And so, as a man now, in the time that I'm in, it's like, all right, like, for me to get back to that point, I just have to just be better as a person individually. Let that shit go. Not let it determine my success in my love life. Yes. And just get to a better space. Yeah. A whole better space.
That's the ultimate goal. Getting physically, financially, mentally. I'm trying to get better so I don't even have to. Because your confidence is affected by all these events that have happened with these other women and just with life and shit. So, like, I'm just trying to get it in my mind that I'm me, I'm happy with me, and I ain't got to compare no more, and I ain't got to care whether I'm left alone or not. Right. Because I'm a prize. Right. That's where I'm trying to get to.
Hell yeah. Hell
Good shit, nigga.
Did you want to touch on anything else?
That was all. That was all for me. I ain't have my notes.
Yeah, you had your notes this time, goddamn.
So it's all good. But like we hit on a lot of the stuff that I did want to touch on, notes or not. Olivia Design. You know I paid this motherfucker $200.
Yeah, you told me. Did he ever get your job?
Oh, he did. It was a piece of shit. A piece of shit. I told that nigga, I was like, I could have did this shit myself. Refund. And like, but motherfucker, it was just negotiating with me, trying to get the opportunity to work again. So I withdrew the request, gave him an extension. He sent me a new one. It's not bad. And he just asked for another extension so that because I asked him to change the font and shit. CEO mine. I'm trying to do things like motherfucking live. I sent you that one little snippet where he was saying something about living in your success in the future and shit. Yeah. And I know that I could have created that logo my damn self on a laptop, but motherfucking time. A CEO will pay motherfuckers that can do a better job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So efficiency.
Exactly. And so I'm just trying to move into that mindset. That's all that was.
Not facts. Yeah. I mean, hey, hopefully this one's better.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it did get better. Shit. So I'm glad about that. Speaking of better, this is episode 14.
Yeah.
14
I know we fucked up. Like,
that's 15 weeks.
Nigga, I was just thinking about that shit. I was like, this is a little surreal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, we have a podcast.
Like a real legit. And what I'm excited about is that we are attacking this shit in a space where motherfuckers is so scary about what they say. Yeah. And it's going to pave a lane.
Now, even though we're not as flagrant as we usually are. Yeah. But it's still more than what motherfuckers are even gonna approach.
Yeah, and it's not forced flagrance.
Yeah. No.
Like when we were being flagrant, it was just because that's the way we talk on a normal basis, and we had to get used to being in front of a camera. Right. However, like, yeah, man, like, goddamn, niggas ain't talking about shit.
Niggas ain't doing shit.
Yeah, man. But episode 14, man. That's 15 weeks in. Good shit, man.
Good shit, dog. You know what I'm
Consistency. I ain't doing the flap, though.
We was doing it earlier. I walked on this nigga.
Hold on. But that shit was fun. That shit. Yeah, we gonna be networking and I'm gonna do the Jack Brandon Club. You gonna act like y'all know a nigga? You're like, go! Hey!
I don't know.
I'm pointing at you.
Colby,
Yeah, I was about to go Shelly.
And that's your name? Nah, my name Rob.
I'm Robbie Atkins. I rap.
I'm the loose none.
He says,
Cut my beard, I'll put it on my head.
take your muscles off.
Robbie,
He said, it's me. I robbed the man. So here we go. End of the whole pod. We start with the jokes now.
Right. He's like, what the jokes at?
Yeah, niggas was all depressed and sad throughout this whole episode.
Niggas like, man, I do got feelings.
And feelings and dick. This shit is bad. This shit is bad. Nah, Tony go fuck.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not talking about him.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
No.
And with that being said, we out.
Bird.
Jerry Bird Podcast.